let's get started. So, welcome to the InSpirit meeting. This time we're in the 40 days, but we're not having a meditation for the 40 days, but a separate one embedded in the InSpirit moment together. And inspiration is coming from one place only, in fact. And so that's why we stand still and do that first. And just to make sure that you know what's going on, I didn't know it either, but we have another 4 meetings of InSpirit coming up. So this is the 4th meeting, and there will be 4 more. So there's lots of things to explore and to experiment with. So we're halfway. After this meeting, we're halfway. And so I just wanted to let you know, because now we had a break, like a week in between, because of the Easter part and our resurrection. And so now we're in a new continuum, in a whole new occurrence here. Absolutely new, brand new. And so that's going to be just amazing. And I'm not saying that to enhance what is going on, but like literally more to even stand still with what is going on in you, of course. And yeah, allowing that to come fully in your awareness, in my awareness, in our awareness, like we're of one mind. Now, I'm going to read a lesson that is very familiar to you from the booklet All About God and How to Find Him. And I use that specifically because it's like the lesson of today. If you do the reviews of A Course in Miracles, then this is the last review lesson, and it's such a great lesson. I am as God created me, and I am as God created me. Now stand by. Easy does it. Here we go with the one idea which brings complete salvation. The one statement which makes all forms of temptation powerless. The one thought which will silence and entirely undo the fearful thoughts of loneliness, sorrow, and death that makes up this world of separation. You are as God created you. The sounds of this world are still. The sights of this world disappear. And all the thoughts that this world ever held are wiped away forever by this one idea. Here is salvation accomplished. Here is sanity restored. True light is strength, and strength is sinlessness. If you remain as God created you, you must be strong, and light must be in you. He who ensured your sinlessness must be the guarantee of light and strength as well. You are as God created you. Darkness cannot obscure the glory of God's Son. You stand in light, strong in the sinlessness in which you were created, and in which you will remain throughout eternity. Today we will devote the first 5 minutes of each waking hour to the attempt to feel the truth in you. Begin these times of searching with these words. I am as God created me. I am his son eternally. Now try to reach the Son of God in you. This is the self that never sinned, nor made an image to replace reality. This is the self that never left its home in God to walk the world uncertainly. This is the self that knows no fear, nor could conceive of loss or suffering or death. Nothing is required of you to reach this goal except to lay all idols and self-images aside. Go past the list of attributes, both good and bad, you have ascribed to yourself, and wait in silent expectancy for the truth. God himself has promised that it will be revealed to all who ask for it. You are asking for it now. You cannot fail because he cannot fail. If you do not meet the requirement of practicing for the first 5 minutes of every hour, at least remind yourself hourly, I am as God created me. I am his son eternally. Tell yourself frequently today that you are as God created you. And be sure to respond to anyone who seems to irritate you with these words. You are as God created you. You are his son eternally. Make every effort to do the hourly exercises today. Each one you do will be a giant stride towards your release. I am as God created me. I am his son eternally. Everything is said. Oh, this is so amazing. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Like an overwhelming love. What else do you want? Here it is. Like, here it is. Everything is said. Everything is done. So this is so great to celebrate this together. So I'm feeling very privileged to share some words with you, like, oh yeah, this is my chance. This is my chance to share this with you on this very specific moment in time. And this is, yeah, you could say, like, my time is so short, so I just have time to express some words, some inspiration with this world. It only takes this moment, like it goes so quick. It's just a flash. And here we are, like right in this moment, we're together listening to this. What is literally being given, and this was, of course, the lesson that we listened to. But it's like it brings you here. You don't need idols. You don't need anything. Now, where are you then? And you're not here in the sense of in a world trying to work things out or trying to become a great artist or anything like that. No. So the interesting part is this, what I realized when I was preparing this too, looking at some of the artists, their expressions, for one thing. I looked at many quotes of them. We're going to take a look at that later, but here's also one very specific artist. We say artist, but actually I love to see them as your brother, your brother. Like, becoming a famous artist doesn't mean anything, of course. Like, for one thing, you have become an idol to some extent. You're idolized. Otherwise, that would never be possible. Now, and there's nobody to blame for that. But it's more like, it's just a different way of looking at everything. So here, this artist is like a beautiful example of that. The one that I'm going to show to you. It's like a beautiful example of The one thing that happened to this one person is a suppression, suppressing the her deepest passion. She could not do what she wanted to do, like really, really deeply suppressed in that sense. And eventually she breaks out of that, and the passion starts to flow, like no longer containable. Now this is a beautiful example of that. You'll see what I mean when we are looking at it. But it's like this is a recognition that you have with a process. Like being born in the so-called world is what suppression is. Like you have to come into a format, into a form, into behaving like a human being, which is totally impossible. You don't know what that is. You don't know how to behave being that. And everything is pointing in the direction that you will have to. Like everything is teaching you how to become a human being. And it fails and it fails and it fails, and you become sick, you become this, you become that, suppressed, mental problems, addictions, all kinds of stuff, because you're trying to do something that is not for you at all. Nothing needs to change about you. Nothing needs to be shaped around, like shaped of you. You are free, passionate creation itself. And now you have to fit into a mold as a human being. You have to fit into a mold, and that will take all the energy out of you in that sense, in order to behave like one. Because you will never be one, but to behave like one is already depleting all your resources, physical, mentally, emotionally, and all this. Hence, and this is a long list, and out of that comes incredible medication abuse, incredible drug abuse, incredible alcohol abuse, incredible power abuse, incredible all this. Like all these things are only, in fact, to you, to show you that what trying to become a human being actually means. Like it needs to be numbed, it needs to not feel, it needs to be distracted with loud, impressive, all these things. Like all of that needs to take place in order for you to come to a human expression of yourself. Thinking that you're a body, try that. You're all the universe itself, and now you have to try to be this body. Well, the body will not accept that in that sense. Like it cannot carry you at all. It cannot be you at all. And you recognize that. So that's where all the fear comes in. That's where all the limitation comes in. That's where all this, because mind is unlimited. Love is unlimited. It does not work with bodies. It goes way beyond there. Now this, of course, is an extreme way of looking at it, but in fact it's Christ vision, you could say, looking at it, because it can never be what it's supposed to be. It is an impossible job to be what it's supposed to be. It cannot be that. And yet it has to be that. So anyway, that's a little bit of an introduction, but it fits perfectly with the artist that we're going to watch. And I see it more that you see somebody go through his process, and you hear a little bit about the background. But basically what is being shared here is that there's like somebody becoming a famous artist is like something is discovered that is greatly to use as an idolization or as an idol. You see this, of course, in music too, like to the extreme. This is an example of a perfect idol. It is eccentric, it is attractive, it is this, it is that. Has all the characteristics of a perfect human being, or a perfect, authentic being. But the side stories, or the individual experience of the one who is undergoing all this, is more like, oh, that doesn't look that successful at all. No, that is not what it seems at all. And that becomes very obvious. And this will be with every idol. It looks like success, but that's the outer image. Underneath of all of that is the same pain and the same tragedy, the same impossibility as that you experience if you try to be a human being or try to be an idol. So this, like I said, this is a great way to see that, in fact, becoming human has to be that your passion is incredibly suppressed. And it will burst out, of course. This is what we call an awakening experience. Like, the passion will burst out of you. Literally, everything will, you will lose your possibility to be human. And that comes with deep, deep, deep experiences of love and a creative passion that is not of this world at all. Now, this is quite a unique vision in that sense.
私の希望というのは将来芸術家になることだったので、それで10歳頃から私は絵を山のように描きました。母が絵を描いてはいけない、お前は財閥の人と結婚して将来家庭の主婦になると言って、私の絵の具だとかカンバスなどを取り上げてしまいました。ニューヨークに着いた時に初めてエンパイアステートビルに乗って行って、それから広いニューヨークを見て私は感動しました。そして私はいつかこのニューヨークを自分の心の中に芸術的な山のような私の蓄えられた力でもってこのニューヨークをいつか制覇して世界に飛び出ていくということを深く誓い合いました。そしてニューヨークでもって私は死に物狂いで戦いました。美術のことで。そして一生懸命絵を描き、細かい網目の作品を作って、そしてそれが33フィートの大きさになるの。朝から晩までその網を描いておりました。私がね絵を描いてるとね、そしてその絵がね床を見るとその絵がね発展してって、向こうを見るとね幻覚が来て、全部ね幻覚になって渦まって、それでね結局私はねエンバイラメンタル超芸術家としてね発展することになってました。脅迫的に押し寄せてくる集積、弾痕の集積といったものは私の大いに興味を惹かれる作品のテーマであります。集積っていうのは宇宙の星が一つだけでは存在しなく、地球も一つだけ存在しなく、全宇宙星の集積であります。で、私たちも結局花を見るとそれと同じ花がいくつもいくつもつながっていて、それに対して追いかけていくとパニック状態に陥って、私自身その花を食べてしまう。それは結局体の調子が悪くてね、あまりにも絵描きすぎて、それで具合が悪くて こっちの方に来まして。
All right, see what I mean? So here, what you see too is like the traumatization, you could say, that I was talking about. In fact, in the beginning, is like I just suddenly saw someone with a T-shirt like I'm traumatized. People have seen me as human, and they have treated me like a human, and that's why I'm traumatized. And that's a bit what you see with her too. It's like, oh yes, she works and works and works and does, it's like makes incredible work, but at the same time she lives in a mental hospital of a mental facility, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, of course, but it's like now you see how this works. Like you have still in the belief that you have to do that this way. And that you have to behave like a human being, or to continue that. Excuse me. So this touches where we, in the awakening experience, are releasing ourselves from, or letting ourselves be released is a much better word. Like we let ourselves be released from this whole human heritage, and seeing that that was just a total impossibility, but now coming into a recognition of the inner light and love, and recognizing that as our source, in the inspiration that is given us, in the spirit that is given us as a bridge function to get out of this whole contraction we call human existence. So I thought it was a great example for this. You could see, I can make stories like, well, the work that she's doing is very meditative. Well, it's therapeutic for sure. Meditative, I don't know. But see, it's like that doesn't even matter. She's representing something totally different. And that's so, you can so feel that in what is being shared here, no matter what anyone was telling about her.